What's up, YouTube? Today we are talking about what to do if you mess up your diet. If you go off track, if you mess things up, you screw up, you binge, whatever. If there's a diet mistake that you made, how to recover from it quickly. And by the way, today's day 14 of my 30-day challenge, posting every day here on YouTube for 30 days straight. If you have questions, tweet them at me at SYATT Fitness. I'm going to answer as many as I can before the 30 days are over. And today, I want to take an example from something that happened with an online coaching client. And we had a really great conversation. Basically, she's a really remarkable young woman and really level-headed, great perspective. But like everybody, it's easy to get in your own head sometimes, and to like something that you would never tell a friend, something that you would never like have, like if someone else was overreacting to you, you'd be like, yo, chill. It's hard to do that when it's yourself and your own diet. And like, that's one of the great benefits of having a coach, to say like, stop, like relax, it's fine. So basically, she emailed me and she was like, Jordan, I know why things have stalled out. I just found out. I realized I was miscalculating some of my calories. I was making a mistake. Like I was marking down certain things as X amount of calories when they were really way higher. And that's why I've been stalled out. I was like, that's great. That's good. Like, now we know. And she was so upset. She's like, I'm so mad at myself. I can't believe I did that. Like, I've ruined my progress. What's been going on? Like, I've wasted so much time. And I was like, first of all, what time have you wasted? There's no deadline. There's no finish line. There's not like, she's not a figure competitor. Actually, I don't really do figure competition prep. I prefer just to work with just not competition stuff. That's like, it's an aside, but if you're not competing in a competition for physique, there's no deadline. There's no finish line. There's no like moment in time where you're like, yes, I've arrived. That's not gonna happen. There isn't that. Get rid of that idea. There's no wasting time. It's just part of life. It's all a learning process. That's number one. Number two, and this is really what hit home with her, I was like, listen, there was a leak in your system, right? There was a leaky faucet with your tracking. There was a leak in it. It wasn't being accurate, but you fixed the leak. You plugged it up. It's not leaking anymore. If you had a leaky faucet in your kitchen and then the plumber comes over and fixes it and leaves, you're not stamping around your house for the next 2 weeks being like, I can't believe I had a fucking leaky faucet. Can't believe I let there be a leaky faucet. Ah, what a waste. I just wasted so much time with that leaky faucet. Like, no, once it's plugged up, you move on. You can, it's understandable to be a little bit upset when there's a leaky faucet. It's water all over the place. It's like another thing you have to take care of. But once it's done, it's done. You're not going to be like spending so much time being like, God. But a lot of times when people mess up their diet, they find a leak, they find something that they were screwing up, they find something that there was a mistake, they harp on it. It just ruins them. And sometimes it even sends them further into a spiral. They binge more. They're like, fuck it, well, this was a waste. If you find a leaky faucet in your kitchen, you're not going to all of a sudden, like, rip the entire thing out and then go bash another. Like, you're not going to go bash the shower and, like, make that a leaky faucet, too. You're not going to, like, ruin everything. You're going to be like, all right, I'm going to fix this and move forward. If you messed up with your diet, fix the leak and get back on track. There's no reason to think, oh, I screwed up, I wasted so much time. You haven't wasted time. There's no finish line. Chill, relax. There was a problem, you fix the problem, get back on track. That's it. End of story. And to go a little bit further, and this is something I talk a lot about in my inner circle. This is a concept I really hammer home. Because if there's one concept that has really changed their perspective, it's this. I kept saying mess up and putting it in quotes. It's funny when I always feel like I do this at the wrong time. I use them in the wrong situation. But I was doing that on purpose, where you can't mess up. You can't. And this is like my ultimate secret to messing up a diet, is that you can't mess up. The only way to mess up is if you don't get back on track. I don't care if you go out and you have a bunch of pizza and beer and you eat more than you wanted to, you go over your calories, you didn't mess up. As long as you get back on track. That's it. You mess up when you're like, oh, I messed up. Here's the thing. People use I messed up as an excuse to validate not getting back on track. That's the truth. That's a gut check for a lot of people. Oh, I fucked up. Well, might as well have the whole box of cereal. Might as well have these Entenmann's. Might as well just go get the birthday cake in the freezer and munch on that. Might as well just have the whole box of Wheat Thins. Where's the Gushers? Like, they use the I fucked up as the excuse to keep doing it and not getting back on track. When the reality is, if they just had the pizza and the beers, and then they got home and they're like, all right, that was fun. Went over my calories, but whatever, and back on track now, they'd be fine. It'd be great. So stop using I messed up as an excuse to validate not getting back on track. Because if you just get back on track, you go out on Friday night, go a little bit over your calories, get back on track Saturday morning. Don't say, I'll just get back on track on Monday. You're giving up 2.5 days where you could be right back on track and making more progress. So the ultimate answer to how to recover from a diet mess up, or I haven't figured out what I'm going to title this video yet, so how to recover from messing up or whatever, is number one, to realize you can't mess up. Get that through your brain. You cannot mess up. It is no longer a valid excuse. You can't. The only way to mess up is if you don't get back on track. And that's just using that as an excuse to validate it. So no longer is that excuse valid anymore. And also, think about the leaky faucet. If your faucet's leaking, you're not going to get pissed off and go slam the sink in the bathroom and then the shower and make it more leaky. You're going to plug it up and keep going. That's it. Fix your leak. Move on. All right? I hope this was helpful. Love you. If you have any questions, seriously, tweet at me, SYATT Fitness on Twitter. Have an awesome day. Talk to you soon.